All right. Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Can you all hear me? Perfect. Thank you, David. All right. We'll go ahead. We'll get started. My name's Travis. I am the Senior Account Manager here at Buzztime. Just wanted to say thank you to everybody that's joining me today. Obviously, we're going to do a Buzztime Live Trivia webinar, going to go over our BLT option as well as Site Hub and our Buzztime bets. There will be a 30-minute session once everything's said and done. If you guys have any questions, I'll leave it open to questions at the end. I'll also be putting in my email. So if you guys have any further questions after this webinar, you can reach me that way. Okay. Some of you may be familiar with Buzztime, but those of you that aren't, we are the only video game network for bars that is made specifically to make money for the bar owners. Our whole concept is to not only fill seats, but to get your customers staying longer. The longer they stay, the more money they're likely to spend, more money in your guys' pockets. Been in the business for nearly 40 years, bringing innovative entertainment products to our bar buddies. And although we are known for the trivia, we are branching out. We have some new things we're offering now, as well as more in the near future. For those of you that are familiar with Buzztime, you may know that we've strictly been tied to the tablet system. Currently working on moving to BYOD, bring your own devices. And in that manner, you're no longer needing to use tablets. Everything can be ran from either a laptop, a personal tablet, or a cell phone, and your customers can come in, simply scan a QR code, and then now they're ready to play trivia. And we do provide table tents for that, for your Buzztime Go, the BLT, as well as the bets. So again, all your players have to do, come in, scan the code, and they're ready to play. As far as why you should add the live trivia aspect, the benefit here, there is no hardware required. So if you are currently a tablet site, you no longer have to worry about tablet RMAs. Again, simply just needing either your own personal cell phone, your personal iPad, or a personal laptop, and you guys are able to run your own trivia anytime, any day that you choose to. Big benefit with this, no host is required, so you no longer have to reach out to another company, work with them on scheduling. You can do it yourself, or if you have an energetic staff member. A big thing with trivia, the host does make or break trivia. So if you do go with a live trivia option, you always want to get someone energetic that gets the crowd going with your trivia night. Another benefit to that is some of these hosts require 150 to 500 a week. Sometimes they even charge nightly. With this, you can cut that cost. And again, you have access to run the trivia any day, any time of your choosing. We do also take a percentage of the subscription and give it back to the customers. And this is in forms of gift cards to your locations, hats, t-shirt, Buzztime merchandise. Again, with the Buzztime Live Trivia, strictly on the phones, multiple categories that you guys can choose from. These are updated every week. Again, no hardware needed, no need to hire a host. And again, you can just run it on a personal laptop or a mobile device. A really cool aspect with this Buzztime Live Trivia, when you're given access to that, you don't have to be at the bar. So let's say if you guys are running a Christmas party for your employees or a little event for your employees, you can run a live trivia event right there strictly through the phones. The only thing you have to give them is just the game ID. We're going to kind of go through a little side by side here just so you guys can kind of see the host side as well as what the players see as well. Okay. So looking here at the Buzztime Live Trivia, let me get back to the right page. See here, as the host, we do assign you. We basically just use your email that you sign up with, give you a password. When your players go to log in, again, we do send table tents. They'll simply scan that QR code, and that'll take them to the player view here on the right, where they can play a game or join as a spectator. Once you've logged in as a host, you'll be taken to the host view here, this page here. You'll simply click on the 3 white lines, That will allow you to start the game. You'll hit start game. And because we've linked this to all the states as well as Canada, all you have to do at that point is hit this little green arrow and you're ready to start your game. It'll then default you to this next page here where you can select your categories. You can preview those to see what the questions and answers are going to be. That way you can determine, ahead of time what may be of an interest to your customers. Once you figured out which category you want to run, on the right side, you'll just click the little green arrow and that'll take you to the start. Once you've clicked that, this will pop up on the host side. This is the game ID, and this changes each time you go to run one of these. But that's what you'll give to your players. So they'll basically be waiting on that start game page. They'll hit start game, and then they'll be waiting for this game ID. This prevents anyone from jumping into your trivia. Again, you can run this anywhere, but people can only play it if they have this game ID. Or if you have people that, hey, maybe they don't want to play, they just want to watch, they can follow along with the spectator link. Once you've started the game, or once you've given out that game ID, your players will then input a team name, the game ID, hit the little checkbox and submit. As your teams are inputting their names on the host side, you will see here the team name comes in and you can accept or reject that team name. Now, the reasoning for this, basically to prevent profanity. If a team puts something inappropriate, you can reject it. They have to select a different team name. Once you have all your teams in and you go ahead and start the game, first thing that pops up on both the view and the host view and the player view are basically quick little instructions. So generally run 45 minutes to an hour 15, depending on pace of play. If you guys ever have it where you feel or your customers feel it's a little too short, you can always run one event, let them know, hey, in about 15, 20 minutes, we'll start another event right after. Gives them a little time to get some more food, some more drinks, and they're staying there even longer, and you can go right back into another event as well. Okay, now for this portion that we're going to go through, this is the fill in the blank that you guys are going to see. We are currently working on switching it over to the multiple choice option. So once we get through this portion of the webinar, obviously, again, here you'll get to see the fill in the blank, but we're also going to do a little demo on the multiple choice again, just so you guys can see how that's going to run. So on your host side, once you've submitted the question, you'll see here you've got the question and the correct answer. That's going to show on the host side. Here on the right side, you've got the player view, and you'll notice there is no answer. They can't see the answer. They've got their fill in the blank that they could put in. You also have a little timer that's going here in the upper left. Automatically defaults to 5 minutes on the first question. Purpose for that, usually when you're starting trivia for the first time, you want to give your players a little extra time, just kind of feel how it's going to run, get familiar with how the trivia is going to go. You can also edit that. So on this first question, if you right click on the timer, you can adjust the settings to 60 seconds, 120 seconds, whatever you feel is ample amount of time for your players to get their answers in. As your players submit their answer, the answer will pop up onto your side as the host, and then it's at your discretion. If they obviously put in bewitched perfectly, this little green check mark will automatically show green. You don't have to do anything with that. In this case right here with AG Team 21, you've got the little dash. Close enough, you may want to accept that, but if you're being a little bit of a stickler, you can reject it if you want to. As your teams are putting in their answers, you'll go down the list, accept or reject. And once you've fulfilled all the teams, you can hit next on to the next question. On the player side, you can see here a point value. So again, each round has 5 questions. Each question is allotted said points, 1 through 5. Now, if they put 5 points on this question, for the next 4, the only options are 1 through 4, and then that'll recycle every 5 questions each round. And then obviously from that point, it's a cookie cutter process, but at the end of the 2nd and the 4th round, it'll show the leaderboard. And then at the end of the 6th round, it'll show the final standings. Now, if you end up coming to a tiebreaker, there are an extra 5 questions that are meant to be used to break that. Basically, the way the tiebreaker works is if it's the first team to answer correctly. So if you get two teams, first team that answers gives the right answer, they're going to get more points. As you can see here, the slight little difference between Moto and Jim. If they happen to get the same answer same time, again, you've got another 4 questions that you can go through to try and break that tie. And then at the end of the event, it'll show the winning team, give you a little congratulations. And then at the end of that, you would just simply terminate the game. Okay. As far as Buzztime Bets, so Buzztime Bets is a sports betting app for points, no cash needed. And again, we do offer pricing such as Buzztime merchandise, gift cards to your locations for weekly winners. We also do joint logo t-shirts. So if you guys do sign up and you're interested in that, basically we send you a couple t-shirts. The only thing we need from you is a logo. We'll have the Buzztime logo on the front, your guys' logo on the back. So again, just offer a little bit of merch and gift cards to your guys' locations on stuff like that. We did bring back QB1 this last year, or these past couple months, looking to add on to that as we progress through this year. Also looking to bring Ballpark Brain. This is a predictive baseball experience, looking to make its debut the start of the 2024 baseball season. We will also be looking at the Oscars, Emmys, Grammys, and more. Obviously, basketball, soccer. Again, these are the QB1 is up, Ballpark's on the way. These other ones are other endeavors that we're working on, but we're looking to have those out soon. And again, you guys can win gift cards the players can win gift cards to the location as well as the merch. Now, as far as the Buzztime Go app goes, so this is basically where, let's say you guys aren't running a live trivia or you don't have a game scheduled for the Buzztime Bets. The Buzztime Go is running from 11 a.m. till 2 a.m. These are network games. All your players need to do, again, on a table tent, they just scan that QR code. And this is basically a schedule of the different games that come on throughout the week, throughout the day. But again, you can see they run from 11 a.m. till 2 a.m. or sorry, 11 a.m. till 2 a.m. Multiple varieties of games that they can play. There is a leaderboard that pops up, so they're basically competing against other customers in the establishment. And this is part of like the Site Hub deal. So those of you that have a Site Hub, you're probably familiar with the Buzztime Go. And again, we do send table tents for this. That way it's easier for your customers. They can just scan the QR code and boom, they're ready to play trivia. Now, as far as the Buzztime bundle goes, so basically the Buzztime bundle, that includes the Buzztime Bets, that includes the Site Hub with the Buzztime Go, as well as the BLT option, the Buzztime Live Trivia. If you guys have any questions as far as pricing goes for the bundle, we do have it posted at buzztime.com on the website. We are currently running a discount this month, and our salesmen are more than happy to discuss that with you guys. Again, you can email me, or even in the questions, if you need a point of contact for that, I can get that for you and we can discuss, possibly signing you up on the Buzztime bundle, or if you're looking to just have the Go or Bets or BLT, there's multiple options we can run for you guys. Okay. So at this point, if you guys don't mind, go ahead on your cell phones. If you want to type in live.buzztime.com, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to run a little demo with the multiple choice just so you guys can see that. And then again, at the end of the demo, I'll leave it open for about 30 minutes so you guys can speak with me directly, answer any questions you have. And again, I'm sure more questions will come up down the road. My email will be posted in the chat. You guys can always reach out to me in that manner as well. You guys can also, I do apologize, I said cell phones. If you guys wanted to, you could access that on your computer as well, the live.buzztime.com. And I'll go ahead, I'll get it set up, and I will get you guys the game ID here in 1 second. Okay, so I went ahead, I posted the game ID. So once you guys get into that login page, you'll just put in a team name and that game ID. That's JZAPV5. And if you guys are having issues loading, try accessing the site through Google Chrome. I do see a couple of you are popping up here. And again, if you guys are having any issues accessing that site, go ahead, try doing it through Google Chrome. All right, so far so good. I'm seeing about 12 people in. Give it another couple minutes here. I'm seeing about 12 of the 18. Okay, thank you for the update, David. Again, if you guys are having issues, log in. Looks like David was able to get in there using Chrome. All right. Is there anyone else as of now that's having issues getting to that site? Waiting for host. Okay, thank you, John. Yeah, so when you see on your phone or your computer and it says waiting for host, that's basically your host is just waiting at this point to make sure they have all the teams in. And Harrison, are you trying to do it through Chrome? Okay, so we're looking at about 13 of the 19. Okay. So we'll go ahead. We got about 13 of the 19 right now. We'll go ahead. We'll get this demo going. We are doing a recording of this, so we can always send that out if need be. All right, you guys should all now be seeing the instructions. Again, game consists of 5 questions. Oh, I apologize. So this one's going to be a little different because this is a demo for the multiple choice. This demo is just going to be 1 round, 5 questions. It won't be fill in the blank. It's strictly going to be points. So you'll basically select an answer and it's right or wrong. So if you get it right, you get the points. If not, you don't get points for that question. Obviously, no shouting out answers. And I know I can't see all of you right now, but please try to be honest. No using your computer or anything to look up the answers. Round one category, we're doing 2023 NFL season-ending injuries. Now, again, for the webinar here, this is just something I made up. We do offer a variety of categories, whether it's sports, movies, music, pop culture, whatever it may be. And again, we're constantly updating, constantly changing the content weekly for these questions. So round one, this quarterback was leading the NFL in touchdown passes prior to a fourth quarter Achilles injury in a game where the Minnesota Vikings beat the Green Bay Packers 24-10. And as you guys answer or submit your answer, you'll see it's going to have just like a little loading page. So at that point, the host is just waiting to see all the answers from the teams. As of now, I'm at 11 of 13. Twelve of 13. We're just waiting on one more. And on the host side, if you guys end up getting all, you don't have to wait till that timer runs down. If you've got all your teams that have answered, you can move it on to the next question. Another thing with that timer, if that timer does max out on your players or on your phone, it won't allow you to answer the question because the time ran out. So keep that in mind when you are adjusting the settings for how long you want to give people to answer the question. Still just waiting on one more here. Oh, and then for you, Mike, so as far as the points go for answering, so it's just the 10 points. Doesn't matter if you're the first one or the last one for this, it's the 10. Tiebreaker round is when the timing comes into play on that. Okay. So we accept it. All right. Okay. Now you guys should be seeing whether you got the answer correct or wrong. We also provide a little fun fact. So as you can see, the answer was Kirk Cousins. Fun fact, Cousins has also been called a talented singer, singing popular songs on his podcast, as well as versions of Whitney Houston and Blink-182 songs. If you are familiar with Whitney Houston and Blink-182, that's quite a range. Now you guys should be seeing question 2. In his 6th NFL season, Nick Chubb suffered a gruesome injury, which many thought would not just be season-ending, but career-ending as well. What was his actual injury? And just waiting on a couple more here. All right. So those of you that answered torn MCL, congrats. You just got yourself another 10 points. Fun fact, Chubb only suffered a torn MCL with a projected pre-surgery recover time of 6 to 8 months. Those of you that saw that game, pretty gruesome injury, looked like it was going to be career ending. Knee went every which direction. But fortunately for Chubb and some of us that want him back on their fantasy team, he may still return come next season. right, question 3. The New York Jets had high hopes with Aaron Rodgers. However, 'tis the season for the Achilles tendon. How long did Rodgers last into his first game with the Jets before getting injured? I have a feeling a lot of you saw that all over the media because we got answers on that super fast. So it was less than 4 minutes. Aaron Rodgers actually came out waving the flag, promoting the high hopes of the Jets fans, and shortly went down after. Fun fact about Aaron Rodgers, he is good friends with Brian Baumgartner, aka Kevin Malone from The Office, and actually made a cameo appearance as a talent show judge in the 9th season. Moving on to question 4. Battling an injured calf to start the season, this 2019 Heisman Trophy winner will miss the remainder of the 2023 season due to a torn ligament in his wrist requiring surgery. All right. And the answer is Joe Burrow. Fun fact on Joe Burrow: he was the only rookie in his drafted year that started opening on the opening week of the NFL. So he was actually the only one that was a starter for the opening week of the NFL on his debut. And our final question. Deshaun Watson's 2023 season ended early with needing surgery to repair a fracture in his right throwing shoulder. What former Super Bowl champion has been called upon to fill his spot? All right, got everybody in. And if you answered Joe Flacco correct, you got another 10 points. Fun fact, Flacco has more playoff wins than Drew Brees at 10 and a better win percentage than Peyton Manning at 67 or at .67. Kind of a fun one there because, you know, Drew Brees and Peyton Manning, future Hall of Famers, and here comes Joe, obviously tearing it up for the Browns currently, but I found that one interesting when that one was added in. Okay, so we've gone through our 5 questions for our 1 round. At this point on the host side, once you've finished, it'll give you a little reveal button. And when you hit that, it'll show the final standings. So as you can see, Dylan, Rose Rocks, congratulations. You guys tied for first at 50. If this was an actual trivia event, we would obviously go into a tiebreaker round. And at that point, that's where it would be fastest answer, correct answer to distinguish the winner. Again, if you guys were to tie on that as well, it would go through the next 4 questions. And then at the end of the game, as the host, you just hit end game. And you guys will see on your phones or your computers that you are now back to that spectator or login screen as a player. Okay. At this point, if you guys have any questions, I'm going to leave it open here for about half an hour, or we'll call it 11 o'clock my time, Pacific, 11 PST. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put those in the chat. I'll respond to those as quickly as I can. Again, I will also, or my email is also tied into the chat, so you guys can also shoot me an email. And again, as far as pricing goes, if you guys want to go to buzztime.com, we do have pricing listed. And again, we are currently running a discount this month, and I can get you in contact with the sales rep that can go over the details on that.